Alrighty, so in this lesson, we are going to set up our Homeworld View Controller UI. So let's jump into the main.storyboard. And it's going to be similar to our home view controller. We're going to have a title and a stack view, just like this. So let's go ahead and add those. I'm going to open up our object library, search for label, and drop that right in here. And then we're going to go ahead and change the color to white, change the font to custom, and the family to Star Jedi. Oh, I'm sorry, it should be Star Jedi Outline. There we go, and then bump that up to 50. Very good. And then we're going to go ahead and constrain it. So I'm going to constrain it 20 from the top, 20 from the left, and 20 from the right, and add those 3 constraints. Then we center the text, and we're going to go ahead and give it auto shrink just in case we need to. Right here, auto shrink, go to minimum font scale, and then we're going to change the title to Home World. There we go. All right, that looks great. So we have our title, and this is going to be similar for the other 3. So I'm just going to copy this, click over here on the vehicles view, paste that, and that went up to the top. See if we can drag that down. There we go. Let's go ahead and constrain that. It's going to be 20 from the top, 20 from the right, and 20 from the right. I messed up the other left. And copy that and paste it here and drag that down. There we go. Go ahead and constrain that 20 from the top, 20 from the left, and 20 from the right. I don't think the right one got in there. No, okay, let's try that again. 20 from the right. There we go. And once more down here, we're going to paste and drag that down. There we go. And we're going to say 20 from the left, 20 from the top, and 20 from the right, and add those 3 constraints. Then we'll start here with this one. This should be films. This one is starships, and I'm just double clicking on them to change the text. And this one is vehicles. All right, very good. So now we got our titles on all 4 of these. That looks good. Now let's go ahead and work on that stack view, all right? So first we're gonna need to talk about what information we are going to show for the home world, all right? So if you open up Swappy, and we can get a home world URL, okay? So just a reminder that this is what we are getting back from our person API. We get this string right here, which is just an endpoint for the Swappy API. So if we go ahead and we paste this right here and say request, then you see all of the information that we can get as part of the homeworld or planet JSON that's coming back. And so we have name, rotation period, orbital period, a whole bunch of stuff, including an array for residents, films. And so what we got to decide is how much of this information we want to display. And that can be up to you as well. You don't have to follow along with what I choose. You can put as much information as you want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the name, the climate, the terrain, and the population, okay? So again, that is the name, climate, terrain, and population. So let's go ahead and build our UI for that. And it's gonna be similar to what we have right here. So we're gonna need some labels. So we're going to hold Option and drag in and drop so that we can drop in more. And we'll just start with 2 so that we can build our stack of views. Hard to see those, so I'm going to select both of those from our document outline over here on the left, and then go to its attributes inspector. We're going to change the color to white, change the font from font to custom, and family will be Star Jedi. All right, that looks good, and we'll leave it at 17 points. And then let's go ahead and do what we did in the previous stack view over here. I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm gonna select this. Let's go ahead and give it a name for now, name colon. And over here we can put something like Tatooine. Not sure if that's spelled right, probably not. And then we're gonna select both of these and put that in a stack view. Okay, there we go. And let's see here, this stack view is going to give it a default spacing of 65. It used to just default to 0, I think. Let's do 8. All right, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to make duplicates of this. We need 4, so I'm gonna hold Option and drag, Option and drag, Option and drag. All right, and then the other ones, we have climate and terrain and population. Oh, don't forget the colon. Whoops, not semicolon, colon. There we go. All right, that looks good. All right, so now what we need to do is let's go ahead and give constraints, width constraints to each of these so that the name or the climate or whatever string is here on the right is able to expand to fill the stack view. So population, set the width, add 1 constraint. Terrain, set the width, add constraint. Climate, set the width, add constraint. And name, set the width, add constraint. I think I just set the height on that one. Yeah, get rid of that. And set the width. There we go. Let me make sure I got the width on the other ones. Nope, I got the height on almost all of them. All right, sorry about that. Delete the height. Set the width. There we go. Delete height and set width. There we go. All right, so now that we have that, we can set these 4 stack views inside of another stack view. So select all 4 stack views and embed in stack view. There we go. And then we're going to embed that in a view. And let's go ahead and set the background color to our transparent black. And let's go ahead and set the custom class for this view to our black BG view. There we go. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and add some constraints to our parent view. All right, so we are going to say align vertically in container. Then we are going to set a height and constraints from the left and right of 20. Okay, so height and then left 20, right 20. Add those 3 constraints. Very good. And then our stack view here inside, we need to add some constraints as well. You can see it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the blue bounding box of it. It's not filling up the parent view. So we need to go ahead and add 20 from the left, 20 from the right. Add those 2 constraints, and then we need to align it vertically in its parent container. And that should be good. All right, let's check out, make sure these stack views inside are looking right. Let's see here, stack view. Let's go ahead and check out its attributes. Alignment is leading, distribution is fill. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And let's go ahead and run this and see how it looks. All right, so I'm gonna select random. And we are going to Yarrail's Homeworld. All right, looks good, Homeworld. And we have our name, climate, terrain, population. Very good. All right, let's see how these other ones look. Films, very nice. All right, so we have our Homeworld UI set up. Now we need to get the data from Swappy to populate our labels. All right, so we're gonna work on that in the next lesson. See you then.